16-year-old deleters of transgender teenager in England sentenced for sadistic murder. How many of y'all heard about this? If you guys heard about this, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear about this, then give me a thumbs down. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to y'all. If you guys have not smashed that like button, please take a moment, smash that like button. We got 24 people watching and we got 23 likes. If everybody can take a moment, smash that like button and try to get us to 30 likes, that would be great. What y'all think about this? There go the two deleters right there. The two 16-year-old convicted deleters of a transgender teenager in Northwest England nearly a year ago were handed life sentences on Friday with minimum prison terms of 20 and 22 years. Justice Amanda Yip lifted the reporting restrictions on naming the killers of 16-year-old Brianna Gay. They were identified at Manchester Crown Court as Scarlett Jenkinson and Eddie Ratcliffe. The horrific murder shocked the nation. It shocked the nation so much that it didn't become international news. Gay was stabbed with a hunting knife 28 times in her head, neck, chest, and back in broad daylight after being lured to a park in the town of Warrington on February 11th of 2023. What y'all think about that? Shout out to Roots Trackers. What's good with it? What y'all think about that? Stabbed him 28 times with a hunting knife. That's crazy. Yip handed Ratcliffe and Jenkinson a mandatory life sentence and ordered them to serve a minimum term of 20 and 22 years, respectively, before they could be eligible for parole. If they had been adults, which, mind you, let's not forget, these little degenerates were not adults, over the age of 18, they would have faced much longer minimum terms. They will be transferred to adult prisons when they turn 18. Neither showed visible reaction on being sentenced. Is anybody surprised? You will only be released if in the future it is decided that you are no longer a present danger, the judge said. You both took part in a brutal and planned murder, which was sadistic in nature, and the secondary motivation was hostility towards Brianna because of her transgender identity. Jenkinson faces a longer minimum term in prison, as she was clearly the ringleader, according to Yip, and had, quote unquote, enjoyed deleting Gray. Scarlett, your motivation was to act out your fantasies, she said. Neither had been named during the trial, which concluded in December. Under English law, young offenders are usually granted the protection of restrictions that prevent them from being named until they turn 18. Jenkinson and Ratcliffe were previously known as Girl X and Boy Y, having been 15 at the time of the deletion. However, Yip said that after they were found guilty last month, there was strong public interest in the full and unrestricted reporting of what is plainly an exceptional case. Lawyers for the two argued that naming them would have ramifications for their welfare. The judge sentenced the pair after hearing victim impact statements from Gray's family and experts. In a statement to the court, Gray's father, Peter Spooner, said being the father of a transgender child had been a difficult thing to deal with, but that he had been proud to gain another beautiful daughter. We were forming a new relationship, and these two murderers have stolen that from us both, he said. Justice may have been done with the guilty verdicts, but no amount of time spent in prison will be enough for these monsters. Ratcliffe and Jenkinson had denied deleting Gray and blamed each other for the fatal stabbing. It's not known which one or both wielded the knife. Neither had been in trouble with the police before. The two were found guilty by a jury last month following a 4-week trial. Okay. You see something? Hold on. Okay. The trial heard that the pair were intelligent and had a fascination with violence, torture, and serial killers. Is anybody surprised by that? If you're surprised by that, give me a thumbs up. If you're not surprised by that, give me a thumbs down. The trial heard that the pair were intelligent, had a fascination with violence, torture, and serial killers. Now, mind you, what they say, this is when they were 15 years old. They had planned the attack for weeks, detailed in a handwritten plan and phone messages found by detectives. They also had discussed deleting others, which had prompted police to rule out transphobia as a motive behind Breonna's murder early on in the investigation. The two appeared to have had a deadly influence on each other and turned what may have started out as dark fantasies about deletion into reality, Crown Prosecutor Nicola Wynn Williams said outside of the courthouse. She said she hoped the sentencing for the two killers' heartless crime would bring some closure for the family. Breonna's parents told the sentencing hearer that the pair should never be released from prison. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Do you all think that they should get life in prison and never be released? If you guys feel that they should get life and never be released, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree and think that they should get out someday, give me a thumbs down. All right. I have moments where I feel sorry for them because they have ruined their own lives, but I have to remember that they felt no empathy for Breonna when they left her bleeding to death after their premeditated and vicious attack, which was carried out not because Breonna had done anything wrong, but just because one hated trans people and the other thought it would be fun, her mother, Esther Gray, said in a statement that was read to the court. Okay. So, yeah, that's what they had going on over there across the pond. These two deleting people, poking them up 28 times with a knife.